Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Soulkation Podcast. I am super grateful because I have somebody that's so special to me. We're going to share our story with you all in just a few, but let me introduce you to Marissa Simms. She's a serial entrepreneur. She's an author of the Bleau Print, How to Break Barriers as a Young Entrepreneur. She's a CEO of Royal Blue Boutique and Bleau Print Capital and Consulting. She still owns and manages Royal Blue Enterprises. She was recognized as the United States Small Business Administration Young Entrepreneur of the Year. She's also a philanthropist and owner of a nonprofit called Kidpreneur. And recently, she received the prestigious Harvard Business School Entrepreneurship certification. So basically, she's done a lot. She's amazing. She's that girl. Welcome to the Soulkation Podcast, Marissa.
I'm so happy to be here, Dee. Logan, Renee.
Okay, so I'm going to give them the background. How about you give them the background of us?
I mean, when I thought about you, this is what came to mind. And I have many memories now. But this is what come to mind. We went to private school and our parents made a lot of sacrifices for us to have that education. Yeah. So in many times, people that we were in the class with, their parents probably had better professions. They probably was in a better financial situation. But what I remember, my mom made a lot of sacrifices for me to have that particular education. And I just remember you always been able to click. We always naturally been able to get along. But when we were in school, we used to get in trouble for talking too much. Yeah. And they didn't know exactly how to box us in or put us in this situation. I just remember we used to get in trouble. Uh-huh. But really, that was our gift all along. Yeah. You know, the same thing when people don't know how to perceive your gift, they don't know how to, take you. Yeah. And you think something is wrong with what you're doing or your uniqueness or your purpose or, exactly who you are because it's always a problem. Yeah. So I fast forward, now you have a amazing podcast, you have a beautiful platform, and you walk in, more importantly, in your truth. You know what I mean? You don't second guess it. This is who you are. And you speak your truth, and it comes out, and everybody receives it pretty well. Yeah. So all along, what people think is your problem, and it might just be your gift. And you are gifted. I'm proud of you. I want you to keep going. You are walking on your mother's sacrifices, and I'm here, and I support you in anything you do, and I love you.
I love you too. Oh my God. When I say Marissa been a boss, like when we were in elementary, she would get on the, what was it, the intercom and make like the school announcements. I'm like, how this girl get in the office? Like, I'm sitting in detention, by the way. And I'm listening to her on the intercom. I'm like, this girl's been about, owning your first business while we were in college. I'm like, this girl has a boutique on a campus, okay? Like, let's go into that. In high school, did you even think that you would be a full-time entrepreneur coming out of school or while you're in school?
I'm going to be honest with you. I have always had that instinct. I knew I never wanted to do anything traditional. I originally thought it would be something in the media. I interned at BET, so I thought I wanted to do something like that. But now that I'm older, I think I want to be more purpose-driven. But I knew I wasn't going to take a traditional route.
What do you mean by purpose-driven? Because a lot of people get wrapped up in popular-driven. So what's purpose-driven?
Purpose-driven is a feeling. You know it when you do it. Things work out when you are aligned. It naturally flows. Yeah. When you force things, it doesn't fit. You forcing it. It can be relationships, jobs, careers. It's not your calling. So just like what you were saying when we were younger, I was actually in the office because I was in trouble. If you sitting in here, you're going to do some work, right? And when I picked that little thing up and had an all call, I felt it in my heart. Like, oh, I love having the power of my voice, Yeah. So that was dope. Like, I know that's purpose driven. The older we get, we do so much. And I just feel like we need to just simplify stuff. Let's get back to the purpose. Let's get back to the real mission And that's really all I'm doing. I'm simplifying my life just around that feeling. That feeling, when I pick up, if it's not that feeling, that may not be the path for me.
That is so good. Literally 3 things just scratched off my list to do today because it's not attached to that feeling. That's really, really good. Oh my God. Whew. Okay, so when it comes to being an entrepreneur, finding a brick and mortar space, okay, before we even get to the brick and mortar space, let's go back to business 101. How can somebody that's about to start a business organize what it is they want to do?
My first thought is the thing that people always want to skip over. They never really want to write their true plans down. And it comes from a biblical standpoint. It comes from school. You have to write your vision on a piece of paper. If you have no idea, if you can't write it out. So when I was 21 years old, I moved off campus. I couldn't afford my rent. I decided to get an off-campus apartment. I couldn't afford it. And my car broke down. So I was stuck in an apartment for a summer. And what I did was I wrote. And I started off with one idea. And of course, when you're thinking and strategic thinking, one idea develops to another idea. But I had the discipline to write my ideas down, which that turned into a business plan. So what I would tell anybody, if you can't even write down what you want, it's hard to work through it, you know? So that is the that's what most people want to skip over. They even paying for people to do a business plan for them. That's the absolute thing you should never pay somebody to do because they don't have your vision, you know? And if you don't know and it make you think about the very thing everybody want to avoid, numbers. You think about numbers when you write that plan down and you put a number with your idea and you know what it takes. And of course, in real life, you're not going to do everything on a piece of paper, but at least you have some sense of direction. So any aspiring entrepreneur that I work with, any of my clients, I am critical about them writing their plans down. I don't care how stupid they are. Write it down. Let's get a plan together. And I think that's the core of it. Write your vision down.
That's good. And you're about to actually do a workshop in Mississippi now.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm at the Westin right now, and I'm preparing for a workshop in the morning that we're doing at, I guess, a little meeting room that they have. And it's funny because my original business was in fashion. So now that I've transitioned, and I'm slowly transitioning to my purpose work, which is helping other people with their businesses. And you know what I realized? This is not a popular business. You know, it's not fun. It's not glamorized. I can promote, I can send, buy ads or whatever the case may be, but the person is going to stay and actually invest in themselves. They're limited. It's a specific type of person. Yeah. And those 3% of the world goes down. So you already know you're not catering to the mass, which is very different from doing a fashion show because I had no problem doing a fashion show. But now that I'm trying to do workshops and stuff, it's a different vibe.
Yeah, definitely. What are you going to work on with the ladies that can help the Soulkation community?
Pretty much strategy, more in depth, sales, synergy. Sales as far as knowing your numbers, knowing how many products, how much are they going to cost. Strategy as well as breaking the year down in quarters. That has helped me tremendously. That was my biggest paradigm shift by working on a 90-day schedule. When I have clients, what are we accomplishing in 90 days? That's quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. So when I look at 2020, I literally have a big poster board divided in 4 pieces per quarter. And what are the 3 projects I'm accomplishing quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4? And that allows me to break down those big goals into smaller goals. And I think that's where people get stuck. Everybody has no problem. Like, I'm not doing a vision board party this year. I do it all the time, right?
Yeah.
It's no problem. We can cut out the magazines. We can put this on here. We can put the Chanel. We can put the cars, all that. That's cute. I realized, at 30, I'm 30 years old now. We got to stop being cute. We got to get real, okay?
Come on.
So at 30, what is the steps to get these things? Yeah. And another thing that I know is work backwards. Start with the end in mind. So with me, actually, that's all I'm showing them tomorrow. How do I break down my year? I'm getting real with them. I'm showing them my calendar. I'm going to show them my quarters. I'm going to show them my goals. And I want to build a level or a community of accountability. When I was at Harvard, the only significant thing that I really picked up, and I've picked up a lot of things because they're just from a totally different culture, but they really, really value strategy. They value masterminds, and they value strategy. So what they're spending thousands and thousands of dollars. Of course, they're probably third generation, but they spend all this money to sit with like minds, to put a strategy together, and to have a sense of accountability.
To make sure you execute.
Yeah.
It's so funny because so many entrepreneurs, we come up with these amazing strategies, these processes, but when it comes to the execution piece, I think people struggle, especially for people who are full-time employees who have a consistent paycheck coming in. So for those people, how do they keep that drive so they can execute on all those strategies and processes?
First of all, I commend you. I salute you, girl. You are amazing. You are amazing. You move like a machine. And everybody's not like you. However, I think accountability is the core of anything. Everybody has great ideas. Like you said, even if we do get it written down, even if we do write down the steps, that's why I am incorporating a monthly mastermind. If you can't come back to this mastermind and say what we have accomplished in this past week or this past month, we wasting each other's time. Yeah. And even with my clients I'm taking on now, as far as consulting, we got a 90-day period. What are we producing in 90 days? That means every time we talk, we're following up on what's on completion, what is completed, and what do we need help on to move forward. Yeah. So even the greatest people, when you think about Oprah, when you think about just the greatest people in the world, they still value accountability. They value coaching. They value mentorship. And they value other people around them to make sure that they're together. People don't just walk out on their stage and become a star. They have a team. They have somebody that's pushing them. I don't care how great you are. I don't care how talented, how gifted. You need a team, and you need somebody to push you to your highest potential.
Yeah, that's so good. So for those who they have a team, they have the processes, they have the strategies, making 2020 like their best year, what else would you recommend that they do outside of that?
Simplify what I'm doing. You know why? Because I do a lot of great things. I have a lot of great ideas. I have a lot of great ventures, and I have a lot of great strategies. But you have to fine tune it.
Yeah.
And you have to eliminate. Steve Jobs said he wasn't great because of, all his ideas. He was great because of what he said no to. Like, what did he take off? Like, Apple has a very simple computer, a very simple phone. Everything is simple. Yeah. It was what they eliminated. So for me in 2020, I'm not about to run a boutique day to day. No, I'm not doing that. I did that at 21. I'm 30. I'm not, but I'm not knocking anybody. Like, I'm moving to a different wave where I'm focusing on consulting and helping people with their businesses. But I'm eliminating that's what I'm taking into 2020. I'm fine tuning on what's important and what's not. Yeah. And taking good ideas off the table. I don't care if they're good ideas or great ideas. If they're not aligned with my ultimate goal, my ultimate purpose, I'm eliminating them, even if they're good.
Yeah, that's really good. So for the people that's starting a business and they need a team, what would you recommend as far as hiring people? Because you want to have the right people around.
Don't hire them. I'm sorry. This is what I'm doing. I don't even want to put my life out here on the world wide web.
Hilarious.
The world, this right here has changed the game.
Yeah.
Like, so it's so many apps that you can get freelancers to do things. Technology has made its way of eliminating unnecessary people. What I have a problem with, to be honest with you, a lot of people want to get up under me and they want to learn, right? And there's nothing wrong. I don't mind you learning from me, but I'm not going to pay you for you to learn from me, for you to work on your business on my dime, And this is real life for me. Like, people be at my store working on their Shopify. I have a problem with that. You stealing from me. You stealing my time. You stealing my resources. And I have a problem with that. I'm sorry. So in 2020, if you ever read the book, or if you haven't read the book, The 4-Hour Work Week, the 4-Hour Work Week is outsource everything.
Yeah.
So outsourcing is not necessarily owning your team. It is some people that you need on your team, maybe an assistant, or maybe somebody that's going to be consistent in whatever role they play. Yeah. But anything that you can outsource, that's what I'm moving towards. Outsource everything. Yeah. I'm even with some of the things that I'm providing in my consulting program. I am paying big dollars to work with a company that's going to do it for me. Amen. I'm going to represent it. Yeah. It's going to be my brand. Yeah. But I'm not about to be fixing people credit personally. I might forget to leave or don't send in whatever, the little sheets or whatever. I'm not that good. I'm not that great. So what I've learned is understanding my weaknesses and outsourcing.
Outsource everything, honey. Nuggets for days. Even the 90-day strategy. I can't. Would you ever recommend somebody acquiring a space, brick and mortar? Do you?
No. For experience. If you already are making the money, yes.
Okay.
But a brick and mortar is not about selling tangible items anymore. The artificial intelligence of what's going on in the economy now is, if you have a brick and mortar, you need to have smart TVs on your walls. It needs to be open space. Millennials are more into experience. That means everything needs to be a photo op. We want to come here to take pictures. We really don't care. We can buy that dress online, right? So I'm transitioning my business to what's going on in the world. That's why Tesla is in the mall. They're not on a car lot. They don't have all those cars on a lot. You can order your Tesla. You can enter in exactly what you want. You can customize it. We may have a sample, but I don't really recommend that. I have a broad perspective about it because I own a venue and I have a boutique. And I'll be honest with you, I reopened a boutique this year, and it was not a bright idea. I'm just being real, because in Atlantic Station in Atlanta, Georgia right now, all the major companies are shutting down. And when you're starting to see trends from big companies that have backing, you know how much it will affect a small business. We can't even afford to take losses like that. I wouldn't tell people to lose everything they have because it looks good. Right. And a storefront is exactly what it is. It's a front. It's a storefront. That's exactly what it is. So no, build your business online. And this is another thing that I tell people all the time. Stop investing so much money in influencers. Become your influencer. Take that $2,000 you want to give homegirl that's going to give you a half shout out. It's not genuine. And she's going to have that hashtag AD behind it. So we already know you paid for it, right? Invest that $2,000 into you. Go get you a photo shoot. Build your own brand, because guess what? People like you.
Yeah.
People like you.
Yeah. That's good, Marissa Simms. I hope you know that. These are nuggets. These are and she's giving you stuff that other people will charge you $2,000 an hour for, or $200 for 20 minutes for. So she's dropping things. I hope y'all are taking some notes. So we're going to do something called Rapid Soul Questions. It's the first thing that comes to your mind. Just spit it out. Okay? All right. Name one person you think is really funny.
Me.
Anybody else?
Let me see. You.
I'll take it. What's the last song you listened to?
Wow. It was a Christmas song. My son was playing a Christmas song in the car. It was actually a Christmas carol.
Hilarious. Legend. So cute. What dessert can't you live without?
Cheesecake.
Really? I would have pegged you as a chocolatier.
No.
What trait do you like the most about yourself?
My personality.
I agree. What's one product that you must use every single day, no matter what?
Is it like a cosmetic product or something like that?
Any product. That phone. Yeah. If you could go to dinner with anyone, who would it be?
Oprah.
I
know she's cliche, but she has a lot. She gives a lot of knowledge in small settings.
Yeah. What's one book you believe everyone should read?
The Richest Man in Babylon.
Definitely. And y'all can listen to that on YouTube. It's the audio's on there now. So what are you looking to do next? How can the Soulkation community support you? Any events you have coming up? I'm definitely sharing your links with the audience. So anything else we can do to support you?
Just stay tuned. I have so many things on the calendar for 2020. But what I'm focusing on is helping other people leverage their businesses and obtain business credit in 2020, because that's something that my community is just not familiar with.
Yeah, I agree. I love it. Thank you, Marissa, for coming on the Soulkation Podcast.
We love you. Thank you, baby.
Of course. Make sure you all subscribe to the Soulkation Podcast. Share this episode with your best friend right now, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Have a good one. Bye-bye.